Hi, I'm Ted McGrath, and in a matter of minutes, you'll discover the only woodworking resource that empowers you to have the freedom to build anything out of wood easily and in the shortest time. Watch this short video until the end to discover how you can build stunning projects like master craftsmen without expensive tools and without years of tedious training. Just a bit of fair warning, I don't know how long this video will be online, so watch this right now while you still can. You may think you've tried it all or seen it all, and have your fair share of magazines and books, yet I can guarantee that you've never seen anything like what I'm about to reveal to you today. And one tip in particular will totally shock you. It's my absolute favorite. It's near the end, so keep watching. I'm about to reveal an approach to woodworking that's surprisingly simple and works for anyone at any skill level. First, I'm going to share a story with you that's pretty embarrassing. You'll see why in just a moment, so keep watching. Deal? I wasn't always a skilled woodworker. In fact, far from it. I remember this as if it were yesterday, July 12, 1965. It was really hot that summer. I was always in shorts and a t-shirt just to keep cool. I was sporting my favorite pair of shorts that day, an orange sporty pair my mother had given me, one of the few items of clothing she ever gave me that I really loved. It was a week away to my niece's second birthday, when I suddenly recalled that I had made a promise to build her a new crib, as she had outgrown her old cradle. Now, I have a passion for woodworking and have made several crafts and trinkets for the family. However, it was my first time taking on a project of this size, so out of sheer desperation, I traded a vintage 1950 Zenith transistor radio for blueprints and materials for a crib at the local store. It took me 3 whole days to complete the project, up to the night before her birthday. I followed the plan to a T, and to be honest, I was pretty excited. Feelings of anticipation were running through me like a river. Now, the story you're about to hear is pretty bad in places, but this was the experience that led me to where I am today, to have the freedom to build anything out of wood easily and in the shortest time, and I think you want that too. On the evening of her birthday, I proudly placed my beaming niece in the crib, and much to her delight, she started jumping on the mattress. And then it happened. The entire base collapsed below her. Let me tell you, I was completely embarrassed, and I'll never forget the look of absolute horror on the faces of everybody in the room. I stood there motionless for the longest time. It felt like the whole world was collapsing around me. I discovered later that the base slots, as drawn in the plan, weren't designed to support the full weight of my niece and the poplar base below the mattress. The dimensions were all wrong. At that very instant, I made a vow to myself. I would never rely on shoddy plans again, come hell or high water. So I signed up for a local woodworking class and dedicated 8 hours each day drafting up my own plans for various types of projects. In my journey, I was introduced to John Coleman, a master craftsman from Texas. He runs a highly successful school which conducts weekly classes for hundreds of students. He invited me to one of his classes, and when I stepped into the workshop, I was spellbound. You should have seen the look on my face. Now, I'll never forget the day that caused my entire life to change. There were gorgeous cabinets, beds, intricate boxes, well-made furniture and crafts, all built by hobbyist woodworkers with minimal woodworking training. Projects that took me weeks to complete were built in days, and those that took me days were completed within hours in John's class. I was completely floored. What I then discovered was this. You can make anything out of wood if you have a complete step-by-step plan to follow. I begged John to condense his approach into a plan for each and every project he has ever taught. We ended up formulating step-by-step blueprints to build any type of project, over 16,000 of them, that myself and thousands of other students have followed, allowing anyone of any experience level to make stunning woodworking projects easily and in the shortest time. And right now, I'm going to share it with you near the end of this presentation today. Remember, despite the fact that I've built thousands of projects throughout my career, I'm really no different than you. I'm just a guy who stumbled upon John and his woodworking approach, using a simple step-by-step blueprint to build amazing woodworking projects easily, like the professionals. This is a complete woodworking resource that allows anyone of any experience the freedom to build anything out of wood, to choose from thousands of stunning projects and complete them in days easily and in the shortest time without expensive tools, a huge workshop, or years of tedious training. This is the resource I've used to build thousands of dazzling projects quickly at a fraction it normally costs. And it's the same exact resource I'll be sharing with you today, so you can finally experience the freedom to build any project you can think of, knowing that you can get it done easily and in the shortest time. I'm going to reveal the entire resource within this presentation, so keep watching. Yet, before I do, I feel I must warn you about the real problem you face today. This is the hidden foe, the real villain behind why woodworking can be so confusing and frustrating at times, and it is completely not your fault. This may surprise you, even anger you, but you've been lied to for years, unknowingly. The shocking truth is that most plans from DIY magazines and books are written not by woodworkers, but ghostwriters, someone who has never touched a chisel in their life, and many of those plans are complete garbage. They skip over many important steps, and their diagrams are confusing, unclear, or even wrong. Most of them will leave you with more questions than answers. You know how it goes. You end up with a completed project that looks nothing like the pictures. What's more, many folks believe that they need years of extensive training to build woodworking projects. Maybe you were one of those people, just like I was. However, nothing could be further from the truth. Just know this. Countless of other hobbyists and woodworkers have fallen victim to this lie, yet you have to lay it aside right now. You will end up wasting time and money on overpriced subscriptions, spend thousands of dollars and years on boring training, and what's worse, you may simply give up. And this is the reason why your struggles with woodworking is not your fault. If you want to blame anything, blame the publishing industry and the DIY magazines. Think about it. For decades, publishers have been writing the same old generalized content, publishing shoddy and incomplete plans. And these guys are counting on your ignorance and confusion, tricking you to buy book after book just so they can turn it into juicy profits. Listen, this is not what I desire for you. The truth is that all you need is a complete step-by-step plan for your project. And by complete, I mean complete. With a complete plan, building the project would be simply a breeze. There would be absolutely no guesswork, no confusion. You'll know exactly what materials to purchase, the exact price, and the exact steps you need to do at every stage. With a complete plan, everything fits together perfectly, just like Lego blocks. Now, there's another lie. This is the lie that you need expensive tools or a huge workshop to build projects. Well, guess again, this is as wrong gets. If you believe this lie, let me tell you what will happen to you. You waste tons of money buying tools you don't need, get completely overwhelmed, and end up spending 2 or 3 times what it will cost to purchase the pre-built project at a store. Well, just like the first nasty lie, there's some good news. You are not to blame for falling for this lie. Put all the blame on the hardware industry and the cheesy television commercials. They will try to sell you overpriced, fancy tools that you don't really need, just to earn a profit. The ads are so convincing that they have fooled many like you and me. The truth is, you do not need fancy tools or a giant shop to build most projects. All you need is a full set of basic tools, which I will tell you more about later. Now that you know the problems and the lies you've been told, let's dive into the specific tips I have for you today. These